Since we're in our infamous hurricane season, I thought it would be appropriate to touch up on this topic. I'm sure you've heard about 100 times by now that Florida homeowners insurance is a total disaster. One thing to note though is that rates are actually coming down for the first time in years. I know because mine personally did. So if you haven't gotten a quote lately, you might be pleasantly surprised. But there's one thing that has not gotten easier, and if you're thinking about selling a house in Florida, it's probably the single biggest thing deciding what you get for it. It's your roof. I'm Laura DiPaolo, Florida native and realtor here in Central Florida with eXp Realty. And did you know your roof is now deciding who can purchase your home? Your buyer isn't just buying your house. They're buying whatever insurance situation comes with it. And their lender is going to require coverage before that loan funds. So if the roof makes the place hard or expensive to insure, that buyer either can't close or decides the payment doesn't work anymore. And it always happens late. They're already under contract, emotionally in, and then the quote comes back with a number nobody planned for. And now you're back on the market with a house that everybody knows has a problem. So your roof isn't really a maintenance item. It's setting how big your buy-up pool is before anybody ever walks through the door. Now, there is some good news. An older roof does not automatically mean you're uninsurable. There's an inspection path in Florida where a qualified inspector documents how much useful life your roof actually has left and whether it passes a wind mitigation. And that documented condition matters, not just the year it went on. A tile roof and a shingle roof at the same age aren't in the same situation. So before you write a check for a whole new roof because somebody scared you, get the inspection and find out where you actually stand. Sometimes it really is time, and sometimes you've got a few years left and that you just need the paperwork to prove it. Which brings me to the question I get most. Do I just replace it before I list? Sometimes, but not always. If the roof is genuinely at the end and is going to knock out every finance buyer, replacing it usually pays for itself because you go from a cash-only house to a house anybody can buy. If it's borderline, you can price it in, document the remaining life and market it with that in hand, hire a roofing contractor to replace it while under contract and pay for it at closing through the proceeds of the sale, or offer a credit at closing so the buyer pick their own contractor. It's not going to be as smooth as a transaction if you have a new roof from the beginning, but at least you did not have to pay completely out of pocket prior to listing. So if you're thinking about selling in Hillsborough, Seminole, Orange, or West Volusia County, and you want to know what your roof is actually doing to your value, give me a call. I'm Laura DiPaolo. You can reach me at area code 813-951-0657. No cost, no obligation, and I'll tell you straight whether it's worth replacing.